ask you this question. What questions do you ask yourself regularly about your business and how it's performing? Very important to do reviews and recaps and just to focus on what you're doing right and what perhaps you can do better. And I'm going to give you 8 when it comes to exponential organizations. And hey, I'm John Harris and welcome to another episode of Exponential Radio. We're going to talk about certain things that you should be reviewing and thinking about to constantly try and improve or keep on top, keep a handle of your business, especially when it's an exponential one. So the first one is, who is your customer? And that can start to change. You have a platform, you've gone for a target, perhaps you've changed your direction a little bit and perhaps you're appealing to a different customer, a prospect. So you need to really define that avatar and very well. I've seen people have basic categorization when they're looking at the psychographics, etc. of a client. But you really need to understand when you're talking business-wise, what numbers, what size business, what sort of turnover, what profits are they doing in order to how they're going to market, how they're going to run that business, the pricing, point pricing, and so on and so forth. There's a lot you're going to review about. So when you're looking at a customer, you need to drill down and really describe that customer and personalize that avatar so you understand who it is that you're selling to. The next thing you need to do constantly, so perhaps you're going to do this monthly or every quarter. I wouldn't do it longer than that. I'll definitely have these reviews on that kind of a basis. Which customer problems are you solving? And again, as I say, a lot of times people create software or they start out with a platform and it starts to change direction because they're getting feedback from the clients, from the crowd that they've built up, their tribe, and they are requesting different things, and it's quite often starts to take them in a different direction. So what problem are you solving? I always remember being in the stationery industry and servicing corporates, and we weren't really in the stationery, we weren't manufacturing stationery. What we were is actually distribution. We were, collecting and delivering. So the vehicles, the drivers, the routing, maintenance of those vehicles, the fleet, that was really very important. And sometimes you don't think really what business you're in. The next question you should be asking yourself is the solution you provide, is it a little bit better than other guys? Is it sort of pretty good, or is it 10 times better? You've got to try and do something that's exciting, engaging, and will get people to respond. If it's 10x better, then it will have gained that traction that it needs. Okay, so that's what we're looking at, is how good is your product or service. Is it 10x? Is that solution 10x? Do you market your product or service? So how do you go? Do you do it online, offline? Is it a physical store? Are you doing a bit of both? Because nearly everybody is now doing both. Amazon overtook Walmart in sales, and now I see Walmart is coming back very strongly online. So how do you market your products, and how do you get people to know about you and what it is that you offer? What channels are you using? How are you using the channels? What other media are you using as your message, your media market match? Okay. How are you selling the product? What is the actual chain, the journey, the sales journey that people go on to purchase your product or service? Can you improve? These questions you're going to be asking continuously to try and improve what you're doing. And you've got to look at how you're actually selling your product or service. If it's digital, if it's physical, and so on. How do you turn your customers into advocates? This is a very important thing. So you'll know that people that buy certain products rave about them. And we've had this for quite a while. We had it with Apple. A lot of people are Apple. They try other products, and I have tried other products, and I come back to Apple. It's a very good ecosystem and a very powerful set of tools and very good products that they make, and they have longevity. So it's hard to get off of them. You look at Tesla now, is building up a massive culture. You got Harley Davidson. You got these different types of brands, whether it's Rolex, whatever brand it is, that they have people that really stick with their brand, they rave about their brand. And there's a whole bunch of others that people don't really care about. There's no loyalty there because they're not raving fans. So you've got to build that status where you have raving fans, advocates, people that really stick up for the brand and recommend the brand. So the next question is, how will you scale your customer segment within the industry, the segment you're in? How are you going to scale that your business? How will you reach more of that same type of person? Will you become regional? Would you become international? Or how are you going to scale it? Is it online? Can it be purchased globally anyway? So, if you don't have distribution, this is great, okay? If you have distribution, of course, it's a whole lot more complexity involved. But these are questions, again, you can look at and think about. Next, how will you drive marginal cost of sale down to zero, as close to zero as possible? So with exponentials, we've spoken about this already, you're driving that cost of sale down to zero just about. So a lot of these, because they get digitized, they get informated, a lot of those products then, the cost drives down. And we're moving into a world that we've spoken about with digital currencies, and we're going to have some massive companies that are doing trillions of dollars a sale. And they obviously, when AI hits, general AI, we've spoken about this, and some of these companies are then going to take control of complete industries. You'll have a single company. And we're heading for a jobless world as far as I'm concerned, and we're going to have AI and robots. I'm sure one day, if not too far from now, they're going to be saying, did people really waste their lives going to a job 8 to 9 to 5? They're going to be saying, why would they waste their life? Okay. So like we say about the Industrial Revolution, where kids were going up chimneys and cleaning chimney sweeps and so on and so forth, sitting them down coal mines, why would they do that? Look, so this is all changing, and you're going to drive that cost down. So how can you drive the cost down? What else can you, part of your company, on the edge of your company, as a new company, can you drive that is digitized and it's information based, and therefore the cost comes down, the cost to sell can come down basically to nothing. So these are things you can ask yourself on a regular basis, 8 questions that you can keep asking yourself regularly, and try and improve, focus on how you can improve your business. There's especially when you talk about products and developing a minimum viable product and a product, as Wayne Gretzky said, don't skate to where the puck is, skate to where it's going to be. So you can aim at a service or product, a solution. Now you can perhaps be doing it on the edge of your company or as a new company. You'll be very careful you don't aim at where the people are now with regards to your solution. You need to be knowing by the time you get there, maybe 2-3 years down the track, where people will be, where your market will be, and what will be the requirements. So those are things to think about. And as usual, you can go and get some more of the past episodes that have been on at johnarthurharris.blogspot.com, and that really covers what we had to discuss about setting up your own exponential organization. So have a good one, and see you next time.